Hi, this is Julie Renee with Miraculous Living, and I am coming to you on this gorgeous, pristine, sunny day, and we actually have just had the sun break through after several days of storm. And I want to talk to you about the radiation challenges that we're experiencing right now, this very minute. And I got something to show you, something very special. Many years ago on the beach, I actually found this beautiful ball. I don't know, I hope you can see it. I see that it's making the screen here. This is actually a glass buoy from fishing nets from Japan that made its way over to San Gregorio Beach, just south of San Francisco. And when I found this ball, it was covered with crustaceans and mossy, seaweed and all kinds of stuff. And I took a few hours and I scrubbed it up, and here I had this incredible find. And it brings it home, though, how close we are to Asia and to Japan. And this actually just came from that water to our waters. And that does occasionally happen over here, that something from Japan will get washed up on the beach. And that's what we're really concerned about right now, is the radiation issue. And I have a particularly strong interest in this area because as a child I was exposed to nuclear radiation through bomb testing in the Nevada, New Mexico, Arizona, that area. They were testing the atomic bomb when we went on vacation. So as a child I got exposed to atomic bomb radiation, and at very young I started developing tumors and strange things in my body. And by 24 I had terminal cancer and had really went through an odyssey to recover. 5 times the doctor saying there was no hope for me, and me pulling through time after time after time. Lots of surgery and radiation, which we can avoid at this point in time. And through the years, that has been my key motivation for the work that I do now, which is miraculous healings. And I help people regenerate even from nothing, from a cell that's not functioning. We regenerate cells. But it'd be so much better not to have the crisis or the problem. So yes, we have the capacity to regenerate damaged cells, but let's talk about what we can do to prevent damage from coming in. So one of the things that I highly recommend is that you use some herbs and homeopaths to protect yourself. And if you go to the blog, the brand new blog that's out on miraculouslivingwealthbuilding.com, you're going to discover that there's some pretty good information on herbs that are really good for you to be taking right now if you're on the Pacific coastline. And those herbs include a protector for the thyroid called Thyropath, and a protector for the entire body called Spagyric Greens, and another incredible protector for the entire body, and that's a kelp product. So go ahead and look at www.miraculouslivingwealthbuilding.com, and you're going to find the information for that. And then I'd like you to either give me a call, and I have posted the phone number that you can dial in for on that blog, so you can dial me, or you can shoot me an email through that blog also. And what I want to do is just muscle test and make sure that those herbs are good for your body right now, and that's what your body is asking for. So that's why I ask you to check in with me, and then we'll just go ahead and get them out to you. So that's one way of being very proactive, being in preventing any problems from happening. A second way is by what you do with your mind in meditation and then your consistent thoughts. And so if you're walking around in the world saying, oh, I'm so worried, I'm so scared, this is happening, this is really bad, you're going to be calling in the absorption of negativity, and negativity being radiation that would be toxic to your body. So let's go ahead and start using our thoughts as things, and let's create some very positive ideas with our thoughts. And I like to think about being a radiant being of light. you can imagine that you have an impact on planet Earth to help heal her, help restore her. And that is then number 3, is when we get out of thinking about we're in danger and we start actually putting out goodness to actually protect what's around us, we get into wise elder wisdom. So have to take the steps of make sure that you're doing what you can for your own body, and then really using your thoughts for good to cause a sense of well-being, protection, and safety in your energetic space. And then number 3, becoming the wise elder and being the contribution with your thoughts to Mother Earth. And I can give you an example of this. When I was very young, mid-20s, I had a house in Minnetonka, and we were planting trees there. And the trees, we put in 9 little seedlings, and they were all evergreens. And I wanted to do an experiment. I had been reading about this New Age stuff, and I wondered about it. And so I did an experiment where 8 of the trees, I walked around and just thought to them, you're going to be wonderful, you're going to thrive, you're going to get big and beautiful. And to one tree, I just thought for just a few moments, you're going to die. And what was so startling to me is the next day, the tree that I had thought you're going to die to, actually all the little pine needles on that little sapling had turned red, and they were burnt. It like somebody had soaked it with acid or something. And the other trees were all thriving. And I did that experiment again 5 years ago out on my patio. I had a beautiful rose bush that I had brought from a house I was living in where it was in earth, and I'd moved into this wonderful 2-bedroom condo. And the thing I had to give up by moving into the convenience of this condo was I had to give up the earth around the house. And so it made it real easy because I had gardeners coming. But I, of course, brought my rose bushes with me and planted them in pots. And one of the rose bushes wasn't that excited about being in a pot. And I felt like it was always kind of unhappy that it didn't have that earth to stretch its roots into. And so it was always kind of scraggling along. And I did an experiment, and I sat about 15 feet away, and for about 5 minutes I focused loving energy, thinking, you're going to thrive, you're going to do so well, you're going to surprise yourself and have 100 new leaves on you by tomorrow. And what was so remarkable is I got up the next day, and literally that rose bush was covered with 100 really kind of bright green with some kind of gorgeous burgundy color in it, like a new, really luscious, like there had been an infusion of sugar into the leaves. It was really quite remarkable, and that rose bush has really thrived since then. And that's been 5 years ago. It's doing great, produces lots of roses for me every year. So we want to remember that we can be a contribution to Mother Earth. We can actually alter how our body receives things, both with our mind and with the homeopaths and herbs that we put into our body. And I'm just also reminding you to live life in balance. Be happy. Spend time in nature. Enjoy your life, your body, yourself. Drink lots of water. Exercise. Have your meditation and prayer life. And just live in your Garden of Eden. And really be putting out the thought that this is the Garden of Eden. Planet Earth is the Garden of Eden. And we're here to enjoy it. So I wish you many blessings on your journey. Stay safe, stay happy, and enjoy the journey. Remember, bliss is an inside job. And you, my dear, you are a radiant being of light. Bye-bye for now.